Happy weekend, friends. So it's Saturday. Yesterday, I wanted to go live in this group and kick off our sneak peek into coaching, but I didn't feel very good. And so I took a day. And that's the cool thing about coaching is it's flexible and you make it fit your life. It's not like one size fits all. Yes, there's a recipe to follow, but you get to put your own spin on it and it will serve you. That's what I love most about coaching is this keeps me honest in my own journey. It keeps me accountable because there's people that are counting on me to show up. It's not just about whether or not I feel like pushing play or I feel like moving my body. Like people are relying on me. And if you show up better for other people than you do for yourself sometimes, this is a really great tool in your tool chest. So there's a whole bunch of different ways that you can do coaching. Some of you are just interested in a 25% discount. That's totally cool. You do you. There's never any pressure to do anything more or anything less. It's truly about this serving you and giving you what you need. So you could come in, like I said, for a discount, or you can come in because maybe you want to start to share this with other people because it's really impacted your life, or maybe you want to be like me and go all in and retire your spouse. Those are my visions, those are my goals, and those are things that I'm working towards every single day. So I have a couple notes here that I want to share with you before I dig into two topics we're going to cover today. Yesterday's topic, which is where did I write it? I'm going to look at my note. Yesterday's topic is sharing and not selling. And then today is kind of just how to invite. But first of all, I want to talk about the personal development I just did. So as a coach, we all do the same things. Doesn't matter what your journey looks like. It doesn't matter what you want to have out of this. It's about you working on your own journey, your physical fitness journey, but also it's about growing into that next level version of yourself that you really want to become. And so coaching has completely transformed me 150%. Why I was in groups like this, I watched from the sidelines, I stalked people on Instagram, and I had all these reasons why it wouldn't work or it wasn't for me or it was going to require me to be something I'm not and wouldn't feel genuine or authentic. And if you know me in real life, you know that that's something that's like my leading guidepost. Like if it's not authentic and it doesn't feel genuine, I don't want to do it. I won't do it because I think your integrity is worth everything. And so what I learned from following along and watching other people was that this is such a personal journey, just like your fitness journey, and it doesn't need to look like anyone else's. In fact, if it does, then you're not doing it right because you're not being true to you. And every single one of us has struggles and challenges and opportunities and unique experiences. And there's people just like you out there that need someone else to shine a light. And so coaching for me has helped me level up my own journey, but it's given me a platform to help other people, way more people than I could have helped before, by just sharing my real and sharing my imperfectness and sharing what inspires me, because it's not going to resonate with everyone. I don't want it to resonate with everyone. If my story resonates with everyone, then my story is watered down. So I want you to think about that as you go through the next couple days. Like, what is unique to you and what is your struggle or your opportunity or something that's been really hard and maybe you feel shameful around it. You don't need to feel shame around anything. You don't. This is just something that's really specific to you and probably something you need to do personal development on. So today I logged into our every single day, Monday through Saturday, we have a virtual fit club. And so you can log on and you can do your workout with us. It's a great accountability. And so this morning I had a hard time getting on. And while I was waiting for other people, I decided that I would listen to some YouTube videos. So that's one of the things we do as coaches is personal growth. It's all about the mindset work. I actually shared the link in all of my groups today. It's a Brendan Bouchard video, and it was talking about, I don't even know what the name of the video was, but it was exactly what I needed to hear. And so he was talking about how we have to change the frame in our mind from fear to joy. And so you might have some fear around this. You might have some hesitation around this. I'm not here to convince you to coach. I'm just here to share how it's impacted my life. And maybe it'll resonate with you. Maybe you will want to move forward with it. But when you shift your perspective from this is scary to how can I find the fun or the joy, or how can I grow from this? That in a nutshell wraps up my entire coaching transformation. I used to be super negative and super stuck and like crazy fearful and anxious. And this has helped grow me where I see things that maybe aren't very good now that happen as an opportunity and a challenge and really just a way. It's like peeling the onion. And I love that. I love that so much about coaching. So a couple of the notes I wrote down was, what judgments do I need to release? Because maybe you're thinking you're not credible enough, or maybe you're thinking you don't have enough of a story to share, or maybe you're thinking that you haven't lost 150 pounds with these workouts, so you don't have abs that can grate cheese. So why would anyone want you to be their coach? Like, how could you have a successful business? How could you impact lives? Those are all judgments that you have. And today when I was listening to that video, it really resonated with me because he was talking about how nobody knows who you are. Nobody knows who you are. You can completely reinvent yourself at any time. We spend so much time and energy thinking about how other people are going to perceive us and how other people are going to judge us. People aren't paying attention to you. They're paying attention to their own lives. And so when you release those fears, and that will, if people know me from this time in my life, like, how am I supposed to show up as an expert in this? First of all, none of us are experts, okay? We're all just works in progress. And I think if you put that on your sign, but you go out confidently, like, I'm not perfect, I don't have it all figured out, I am a work in progress alongside you, that will resonate with people. And they'll want to team up with you and join arms with you. Now, I'm not saying be self-deprecating, like, I don't know anything. No, like, you already have more experience, you already have more knowledge, you already have more of a transformation than any of the people still sitting in the sidelines. So don't worry about what those people will think. Instead, be confident in your own story and your own work in progress, imperfection, transformation, and own that shit. Okay? So what judgments do I need to release? What judgments do you need to release around this, around maybe you're already a coach, maybe it's some other area of your life that you've been allowing some potential judgments keep you stuck and hold you back and handcuff you. It's time to surrender that, no matter what area of your life that is. So it's the being you that gives you integrity and credibility. And that super resonated with me because I hear it over and over from so many people where they're like, well, I don't know how I could be a coach, or I don't know how I could do what you do, or I don't know how I could share this with other people because I'm just getting started, or I'm new, or I have all this weight to lose, or whatever you are telling yourself. You guys, it's not about your ending. It's about where you are right now and how you choose to start showing up and how you choose to start being consistent, because this business is built on consistency. That's the magic sauce. It's not about the way you look. It's not about how great your social media presence is, or how many followers you have, or how epic you are at your live videos. It's really not about any of that. It's about you being authentic to your own voice. And a lot of us will have to figure that out along the way. Don't worry, I'll help you do that. We'll do the personal growth to figure it out, to peel the onion. But really, it's about you showing up the way you need to. It's about you being the person that you need to be. So this was a question that he asked in the video, and it resonated, which is why I'm sharing it with you. And I'll get to the coaching here in a second. Just bear with me, okay? The next right action. What's your next right action? Like, let that be your guidepost. Like, what is the next right action? It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't need to be an expert. Just what is the next right action? And maybe for you, it's showing up. Okay? It's taking the next step to push play, or to make the post, or to say yes, to listen to your nudge, to show up in our groups more and share your accountability more. Because as your coach or your grandma coach, it's not my job to nag you. It's not my job to show up in your inbox to harp on you to do it. It's up to you to own your transformation. My job is to share my journey authentically. My job is to create an environment, like a group, like the PVT Fit Club and the Co-Ed Fit Club, where it's a positive place to plug into. But the rest is up to you. It's up to you to plug in. And that's something that you need to know about coaching is, yes, we offer people tools and we offer people solutions, and we share our own journey authentically, but like, you don't have to be manhandling people, and you don't need to convince people, because if you have to convince anyone, if I need to convince you to become a coach, it's worth way more work than it's worth, okay? Everyone will come to their moment when they're ready. And so as coaches, our number one job is to work on ourselves. And our number two job is just to share an opportunity. It's not to convince people. It's not to sell jack squat, okay? It's just to share our own transformations and to share tools that work. That's it. That's it, my friend. So the last note I wrote was, the ending doesn't give you credibility. It's the being. And that, I think, is so powerful for so many of us, because we think we need to be more of an expert. We think we need to have all the answers. We think that we need to have some epic body or epic transformation, or, some big income growth chart. You don't. You just need to be. And the being comes from being a work in progress and failing forward and showing up authentically and just sharing your freaking truth, whatever that means for you. Okay, so the number one thing I was going to talk about, that's my cat Piper, was how this is an opportunity where we share, we don't sell. So there's tons of MLMs, you guys, there's gazillions of them, and we've all had people slide into our inbox. We've all seen people post on social media, and it feels salesy and slimy and gross. You could do that with this opportunity, but that's not the way that we do it in the Positive Vibe Tribe. In the PVT, we're focused on becoming a better version of yourself and showing up with authenticity and just shining a light for other people, inviting them to come on the journey. Like I said, you don't have to be someone's mom. You don't have to be someone's you don't have to crack a whip. It's just about sharing the tools that have worked for us. If you are unwilling to use social media, it's going to be really hard to grow a business. It just is. And I, as an introvert, love that. I love that I can share my own workouts. It keeps me honest. It keeps me showing up. And I can inspire other people and invite them to come on the journey with me. And so I've been coaching now for 4.5. This summer will be 5 years. And in the beginning, I know that I was kind of salesy and gross. So I will share how not to do that. And you're going to do it. I'm telling you right now, we all do it. We all make mistakes. But if you're not making mistakes, how are you getting better? So don't wait to have it all figured out. Just know that this truly is about you working on your own journey and about sharing it with other people. So when you do share with other people, you need to let them know that they can join you. You don't just want to put your freaking fitness posts up and say what you're doing and not say that they can join your group. Because otherwise they're just going to Google it. You want people to join you. You want the right people to join you. Not everyone is your person, and you won't vibe with everyone, just like some of you might not vibe with me, and that's totally cool. You need to find your tribe. And the way you find your tribe is by being. It's not about the end. It's not about how perfect your post is or how seamless your freaking videos are. It's about you showing up and sharing your authentic journey and inviting the people to come along. So we share, we don't sell. My job as a coach is never to convince people. My job as a coach is to work on my own journey, to post about it authentically on social media, and then to follow up with people. The following up is so important. Inviting people behind the scenes, so freaking important. Showing up every single day on social media, it's important. Do you have to live your entire life on there? No. Do you need to walk around and document everything you do? No. But do you need to be consistent? Yes. Even if that means it's not perfect, even if it means it's not like the most epic, beautiful picture, yes, because you get better. The more you show up to something, the better you get, the more you find your voice, and the more you attract the right people to work with you. So do we share? Yes. Do we sell? No. Day number 2, which is today, inviting your friends and family. There's going to be people in your life who aren't going to be interested in this, and that's okay because it's not right for everyone. That would be egotistical to be like, this is the perfect thing for everyone. I don't think it is the right thing for everyone. But do I think that some piece of coaching or some piece of our tribes and our groups and our nutrition plans and our workouts and our supplements, do I think that some piece of that will work for the majority of people? Absolutely. And so I'm going to invite those people, and I'm going to encourage you to invite those people and to get out of your own way. And instead of, like I said in the very beginning, what judgment do you need to release? Don't put words in other people's mouths. How do you know this is something that they need or don't need unless you offer it and you share about it? So it's not like, what is she talking about when you slide into their inbox? You guys, coaching is such a crazy cool thing, and it truly is such a personal experience. So I don't want you to think that you have to completely transform into this new version of yourself in order to share your journey. You don't. You just evolve in front of people, showing up consistently. It's the being that will convince them to eventually join you. True story. What else do I want to tell you today? I don't have a lot to say today. We have so many tools. It's not like, if you decide to do this, it's not like you have to figure out a brand new roadmap. There's lots of awesome tools that will help you figure it out and help you navigate it. But I just want you to know that the most important part of this isn't about your transformation, and it's not about how knowledgeable you are. It's about how willing you are to be coached, and how willing you are to be authentic, and how willing you are to be imperfect. Because that's really, when I look at the top coaches, they're not the people with the killer bodies. They're not. They're not the Barbies with the perfect lives and the laundry that's always folded. They are the real, messy people that share their freaking lives, and they share their warts, and they share the shit that makes them unique. Those are the people that rock this, because they're not afraid to be themselves. And so maybe if you've been afraid to be yourself, if you have been living in this place of, oh, I'm not there yet, I'm not enough of an expert, well, who would ever listen to me? Number one, those are your own judgments you need to release, sister. Number two, you need to do the personal growth stuff, like listening to the podcasts and the taking the first step and getting better at just being who you are, the person that God made you to be. Like, you don't need to say yes to this when you're ready. You say yes to this if you have a nudge, and you say yes to this when you're ready to get uncomfortable. True story. Best decision I ever freaking made, and it really has just added that extra layer of accountability to my own journey. And if you saw my post in the very beginning, painful. We're just works in progress. That's what we are as coaches. We're works in progress. We're real people. We're not like supermodels with super bodies and super husbands and Pinterest houses. We're just living, breathing people. So I'll be here later, or maybe tomorrow. I don't even know what I have planned, but I'll be here. If you have any questions, I want you to drop them. This is so much more fun and easier to address your concerns and your worries if you interact and drop a comment. So tell me what's holding you back. Tell me a fear or a worry or something you've heard that we can talk through, because I'm not here to convince you. I'm just here to shine my truth and share my story and how this has completely transformed my life. And I'm so grateful I said yes.